Okay, thank you everybody for logging on to this orientation training of RIMAN. Really exciting times for us as we just launched the United Kingdom and we're just getting started. So if you've come on to RIMAN, welcome to the community. We are so excited. This is going to be a legacy company and this is going to be an opportunity. If you take this seriously, is going to be absolutely life changing. Okay, so what's the agenda for today? I just want to take you through a step-by-step process of how you can maximize your success in this company and literally take the business to the next level, knowing exactly what you got to do step by step. All right, so let's get started. The first thing with RIMAN, I'm sure you've seen the presentation and you know what's quite amazing about what we do. Every element of what RIMAN is unique. And I call it the 5 amazing P's of RIMAN. The first one, the philosophy. Amazing founder that has got created their own super plant and that's made this opportunity available for each and everybody in the world to come on board and literally take this to the next level. Second, the products. Never again will a product range like this be created. Never has a product range like this been created in the past. And we've got a patent, 19 patents with RIMAN. That means what we have cannot be copied, which means there is no competition. Third, as soon as somebody sees these products, the first question they ask is this very expensive? Because it is so premium. And when people come to realize that the average price point is about £30, so it's not the most expensive, it's not the cheapest, is what we call affordable luxury. People find RIMAN phenomenal. Next, the compensation plan. Now, what's great about the plan, it is so balanced. I've been in this industry for over a decade and I've never seen a compensation plan like this that is so balanced that anybody can come in, and if you just want to focus on retailing the product or if you want to focus on building a team in every way, shape and form, you're absolutely going to like this. And the last, the people, the kind of people that we are attracting into our company, it is simply phenomenal. And you will see that as you're building with us in the business. Let me just take a quick look here. One second, everybody. And let me just pin this. Okay, that's much better. All right. All right, next. Now, what is our support system? Everything that you need goes straight to riman.com. It is a very simple process. Riman.com is where you go to enroll new distributors. You can enroll new customers. You can see all your product orders. You can make the orders. You can see your sales management, your business tools, marketing tools. Everything is from riman.com. So you don't need to go and find any other site, any other location for you to look at the information that you need to get into. Now, when you go into riman.com, you will see the 3 lines on the top where you can get access to your My Office, and you put in your user ID that starts with 9000 and your password. You'll be able to change your username for your website just once. So you can do that, and everything that you need to manage this business, it's all there. So you can get access to it. You can see how much volume you've generated, how much volume is being generated in your business. And also you can actually see how far you are from the next rank. So you can see that it's a stepping stone compensation plan, and you can see the volume that is coming recently, your newest customers. Everything is located on the My Office. So go and play around with it, get used to the actual system. Also, if you go to the actual site, you can also create shopping bags for customers. Now, how you do that is you go again, click on the 3 lines on the side, and you can see create bag, and you can see all the details there. My Mall link, that is your unique website. You see the planner enrollment link. That is something that you can copy and you can send it to somebody and they can be a part of your team. There's also a social media shareable link as well. When you click on create bag, you can create a bag, for example, the mini ritual. You can create a bag for the full ritual. So, they can create different bags for different countries and they can share that bag with people so that people can just go click on it and then become your customers. Now, the riman.com is where you go and get access to your website and your team and so forth. The drive is where you get access to all the materials and the tools that you need to build Riemann. For example, the product one sheet. So you got a one-page sheet of every single product that has got the ingredients and enough information for you to literally explain the product. You got social media materials, you got business tools, forms, all the videos. Today somebody asked me, where do I find the ritual on how I need to follow, or what I need to follow the Riemann ritual? It's there on the drive. You get to see the ingredients. You get to see the videos by our product expert, Angie, where she explains each and every product of Riemann, so people can go in and see it and then get the information. Because when you first get started, you won't have all the information that you require about each of those products. So everything is already prepared for you. All you got to know is how to maneuver and how to get access to the drive. Third step, launching your business. Now, it's a very simple one-page sheet where it's simply 4 steps of how you can launch your business straight away. You've started your Riemann business, you've got your online shop. What do I do next? So again, this document is available on the drive, and we go through this with every new person who gets started. So the first thing that we do is when you get started with somebody, you ask them what their business plan is. What is their short-term goal? What is their long-term goal? And very important, what their why is. Write it down. A lot of people, they do not know their why, and we encourage people to come in and understand what their goal is. So what is your short-term goal? Some will say, I want to make £500 a month. I want to make £1,000 a month. I want to make 5,000 a month. Write it down. Once you know somebody's goal, then you can work towards it backwards. And we can give them a clear plan of how to achieve that goal. Imagine you're playing a game of football and there is no goal post. You see? So if you plan to fail, it's a fail to plan. So it's very important you get people to write down their goal for why they're building Riemann. Okay? Next, you talk about the game plan. You've got the goal now. And if they say, hey, I want to achieve this position, this rank, this money, now we got a game plan. So you want to teach them the basics of the compensation plan. You don't have to go into detail. You want to teach them step by step of how they want to get to the next rank. So as a planner, you earn 10%. When you get to manager, that's 20%. Senior managers up to 30%. So you want to do a step-by-step process. Now, one of the ways that we found very simple for people to follow is this strategy that we are actually explaining to individuals. So when we show the Riemann presentation to somebody, at the end of the presentation, we don't sell, we don't convince, we don't push. We simply ask them, what would you like to do? Would you like to be my customer and try the official #1 K-beauty brand of South Korea and be my customer? Or would you like to be my business partner in my team and earn commissions the way I am doing? So let them make a choice, right? Now, if they say, I want to be a customer, here's the first thing that I'll do. Is very simple. We have a basic kit that will give you 10 products. It's £300 that you can buy. And what happens is if you look at the 10 product, the average price per product is £30. And you are getting the most powerful #1 official K-beauty brand of South Korea. So you can buy this kit. These are the 10 products that will give you the basic ritual, the 3-part system of double cleansing, hydration, and protection. It gives you the basic, right? So this is what you want to start with. And it's £300 for having this premium luxury Riemann product in your hand. And that's what I recommend for you to become as a customer. Now, once you become a customer and you've got the products, remember these products last for a long time. So what do you want to do on a monthly basis to see the results that you're going to have really enjoy? It's an auto ship. And the basic auto ship is our most, powerful range, which is the Boo Say Boo Cur and the multi-stick balm. This is what most people around the world are following on an auto ship method. And there's £165 for you to look after your skin and keep having the results and that glow, for yourselves. So this is the strategy we give everybody who becomes a customer. If you have all the 10 products, you give that to them, and they can purchase it from your online shop, or they can pay you the £300 straight away, and then is a monthly auto ship that they can go into. This is the strategy we give our customer. Now, if they say, no, I want to make money like you are, I want to build a business like you are doing this, I want to build it part-time, then the strategy that we give our customers is very simple. You're starting your RIMAN business. You're starting your RIMAN online shop. Imagine you're starting your skincare company. Guess what? The first thing you need to have is, if you have a shop, is you need to have product to sell. So here's the first thing you want to do is you want to buy a kit. Now, the most common kit that we recommend is the business planner kit, which is the advanced kit, which is £1,000. Now, what does that kit give you? It gives you three things. Number one, it gives you enough product for you to use, because if you don't use the product, you can't sell the product. You've got to be a product of the product. Because if you go to somebody and you talk to them about RIMAN, the first question they ask you is, are you using the product? You see, the first time when I spoke to, my friends about RIMAN, they asked me, am I using the product? I was so confident because I was using it. I could tell them step by step what it did to my skin, what it did to, Shruti's skin, and what it's doing about how it's making me feel. So you've got to be a product of the product, number one. Number two, the second thing it allows you, it gives you enough product for you to demonstrate in cake pop-up parties and events. And the third thing, it gives you a kit that is ready-made to sell. Because what happens is, when people try these products, it's the first time in my life I've ever seen that I don't have to sell the product sells itself. So people today have a microwave mentality. They don't want to order and then wait for a delivery. If you have product there, a lot of people buy straight away. So when you start with us as a business planner, you pay £1,000. All right, it's not hundreds of thousands. It's £1,000 for you to buy product, enough for you to use, enough for you to demonstrate, and one kit for you to sell. Now, if you want to accelerate even faster, there is another kit that's a £1,500 kit, and this is for serious builders who want to build really fast, who want to get to the rank really quickly, and that's there. So if you want to be a business partner with us, this is what's going to cost you £1,000. Or you can buy the £1,500 kit. Now, here's the strategy. These are all the products that's available, and you will see all of that. The starter kits, you can only buy the starter kits in the first 4 weeks of you starting with the business, and you can only buy a maximum of 4 kits. And you can see all the products that you're getting for that amount. It's quite spectacular. Now, here's a strategy. Now you are a planner. You have a global online shop that is today active in 10 countries, very soon going to go into 50 countries. And you can now give this online shop, and you can give it to all of your friends and all of your network. When people purchase from your online shop, now you earn 10% commission on retail. Okay, it's very powerful. Now, you've got a £1,000 kit. How do you rank up to the next stage? Is very simple. You get 2 people, 2 of your friends, to do what you did. Now you have ranked up as a manager because the total sales point, SP, is 3,000. Now instead of 10%, you can earn up to 30%. Once you become a manager, you're never going back. You're always at that rank for life. So 2 friends, come on, everybody can find 2 friends. But let's take it another level up, right? When you now get a total of 5 friends to do what you did, that's a total of 6,000 SP. Now you rank up to senior manager. Now instead of 10%, you earn up to 40% commission. Once you become a senior manager, now that's your lifetime rank. You never go down. Now we can tell our friends, the people who get started, some people become senior manager in 1 day because they get 6,000 4 1,500-pound kids, and they are senior manager one day. Some people become in 1 month, some people become in 3 months. You got the whole 3 months to do this. But the faster you rank up, the faster you're going to grow your business, the faster you're going to make money with Reman. And this is key. All right. So this is the very simple plan. You get started, buy a 1,000-pound kit, get 5 people to do the same. Now you are a senior manager. You're earning up to 40% commission. That's not it. Anybody who comes in your organization now, you are earning 5% of what they do up to the next senior manager. That is it, friends. This is it. That's the game plan. Everybody now follows the same system, and that's how you get massive momentum and you rank up really quickly. What's the next rank? Team leader. What do you have to do? Everybody does what you do. Is teaching them to do what you have done. Now think about this. When people start to do what you've done, you will see your team start to grow rapidly. Massive distribution, and now you're a team leader, soon director, senior director, national director, and now you're earning life-changing income. So if somebody tells me, hey, I want to make 5,000 pounds a month, I say become a team leader. I want to make 10,000 pounds a month, become a team leader. I want to make 20,000 a month, become a team leader. It's the same system. You see, it's such a beautiful plan. The team leader is the key position for you to achieve serious amount of money in this business. Okay, because from then onwards, it just gets better and better. Now, what's the team leader game plan? You don't need hundreds of people in your team. You just need 9 senior managers. 9 senior managers in 5 months. So you got 5 months from today to get to 9 senior managers. If you found this out of the 5, 3 found 1 each, and then they found 1 each, you're a team leader. This is the secret of our business. You don't need to have a MBA to build this business. You don't need to have very high levels of intelligence. You don't need to have, a lot of business experience. All you got to understand is one simple concept, and that is this. Duplication of senior managers is the fastest way for you to become a team leader. If you understand that and you duplicate it, then it's game over. Once you're a team leader, remember the 9th income kicks in. That is leadership match. When another team leader comes in your business, you're now earning 40% of their income. If there's a national director in your business, imagine that national director is making 100,000 a month, which we have people like that. You now earn 40% of that national director's commissions. It's crazy. That is why team leader, it is so important. So that's it. Friends, the last part is launching your business. How do you get to all of this? So step number 1, you want to schedule your 2K pop-ups, which is so important for you to build business. Set a date. Okay. When can we do this? Quick. Because there's two ways to build business with Reman. One is slow, one is fast. I always ask people I sit with, how do you want to build this business? Do you want to make money fast or do you want to make money slow? Let me know now. A lot of people say, hey, you know what, Liju, I want to build this fast. And then I say, listen, if you want to build this fast, are you ready to do what I tell you to do? And are you coachable to the system? Yes. Great. Let's do this. Let's get your 2K pop-up set up straight away this week itself. Let's do one on Friday and one on Sunday. It's a party. It's fun. You've been having parties all your life. Now you're going to have a party with purpose. Next, make a list. Make a list. Once you get the date set, when I got married to my amazing wife, Shruti, the first thing we did was we set the date. Then we made a list. So you make a list. You're getting people into your business. So immediate family, closest friends. Who's the most successful person that you know? Who's the most credible person that you know? Who's the person with your largest network? Who's the person who's business minded? Who's the person with a strong work ethic? Who's the sharpest person you know? And who's the person with the best personality? The trick in this business is finding people better than you. And if they want with you in this business faster than you, you're going to benefit. Do not make the mistake that a lot of people make. Don't prejudge. Don't think that somebody's will not do this business because they're successful, or they won't do this because you don't know what's going on in their life, especially with the economy right now. A lot of people are thinking about additional income options. Having an additional income today is not a luxury, it's becoming a necessity. And here's the other thing, contact everybody ASAP. Because you know what? The number of people just in the last week have connected with me and says, Liju, this person is my cousin. She joined in that team. This person I knew for 20 years has gone to that team. Contact everybody because people are building RIMAN really, really quickly. Now, here's how I normally invite. It's a very simple script. You can modify it, but it gives you a baseline, a structure to how do you invite. If you want, you can take a picture of this. So if I'm inviting, warm market are people who you know. So if I'm inviting somebody to an event or to a presentation, I'll say things like, some very simple. Hey, are you open to making additional income part-time? Everybody says yes. Great. Will you be available on Thursday at 7 p.m.? Great. I've just met a successful individual who's expanding the #1 K-beauty company into the UK. Have you heard of K-beauty? That's Korean skincare. Now, this will benefit both of us financially. If I can send you the Zoom link, or if I can send you a VIP invitation to our headquarters in central London, would you attend to see the visual information? Now, if they ask questions, you're new. You just got to say, I've just introduced it myself, so I'd rather not try and explain it. You need to come and see the visual information. Trust me, just come. That's a warm market, script. Now, if you're inviting somebody for a K pop-up, it's even easy. It's a party. So when I invite friends, I'll say, hey, have you heard of K-beauty or Korean skincare? Mostly everybody has. And then we say the #1 K-beauty company, in the world, or in South Korea, has come to the United Kingdom, and I would love to invite you for a free facial to try out the products. You don't have to buy, it's a free facial. That's a simple invitation script to K pop-up. Now, what is cold market? These are people who you don't know. And there are so many people out there. Your cold market is your gold market. So a great place for you to find people for prospecting is networking events. Similar script. I'm expanding the #1 Korean skincare company into the UK and Europe, and we're looking for some people with interest and influence to work with. Are you open to having a conversation about this? All right. And another powerful method is social media. There's over 3 billion people on social media. So what I do is I connect with them. If you find people who's in your social media, people you don't know, you connect with them, you DM them or private message them, and you first do the connection. Right? If they posted something about business, give them a comment, give them a compliment, and then connect with them. And there's a very good script that's powerful, is working for us. Hey, it's great to connect. You got some great content. Keep up the good work. I'm expanding the #1 Korean skincare company in the UK and Europe. I'm looking for some people with interest and influence to work with. Your profile caught my eye. Let me know if you're open to having a conversation about this. I look forward to hearing from you. And if you get good at prospecting, your warm market are people who you know, cold market people who you don't know, through networking events, social media, birthday parties, functions, everywhere where you go, you're going to find people who have two things in common. #1, they have skin and they want to look good. #2, they want to make more money. And those are the people you're speaking with. So you can use these prospecting scripts and literally build it up to the next levels. Now, what is very important is this. Remember, our events are not boring business presentations. Our events are full of fun. It's all about having fun and making money at the same time, right? The K pop-ups that you have in your home, you don't want to have such a big, lavish food or anything like that. You keep it fun, you keep it short, play some light music, get people to try the product, play the presentation video, and the product will do the hard work for you. Now, here's a video of some of the K pop-ups from around the world the leaders are building, just to give you an idea of the vibe that they're creating at these K pop-ups, because they make it so much fun. They make it so, so a place where you want to come and hang out. That's how they're growing business really big. Check the video out.
Let's all say 6, 7, 8, invest in your face. 9 and 10, true beauty. Oh, that's just a lot. For those of you that are questioning, like, I see some of my guys, like, questioning God. Let me break it down for you. 6 minutes, 7 spots, 8 steps. That's what it is. It's just so simple. Like it's obvious. But when you get your regimen, your ritual, your routine, everybody say 6 minutes, 7 products, 8 steps. Right? Because you did it with the same movie, so that's how you get it. Some of y'all like, why is that? No. 6, so I put it down like this. 6, 7, 8, invest in your face. 9.
So there you go, friends. A very good friend of mine who's Director Jermaine from the United States. See, the idea is to keep this short and make people have fun. But while having fun, literally they're going to make money. And that's the key point here. Now, the biggest building tool for your RIMAN business, the biggest, are the events that happen on a weekly basis. Every event that you miss is like gold that you throw away into the ocean. Now, amazing system for you to just plug in a series of events during the week for you to just plug in and grow your business. So if you look at this Tuesday, today, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we have an orientation session like this, where we go through the basics of what somebody needs to do when they get started with RIMAN, right? Then on Wednesday and Friday, we have our K pop-ups at our headquarters at the Arc building in central London, Hammersmith. Anybody who walked in, I'm right now at the Arc, anybody who walked in through that door, let me tell you, they've left this place becoming a planner, becoming a business partner, and fully excited. You got to get here. This is your building tool for you to build your business. The company has, invested so much money, and we just signed off, a lot of money to just redecorate the whole place. This is a phenomenal space that you got to use as your building tool, the Arc. No other company in the history of the United Kingdom has built a space like this for you and I to come and build business. The vibe you get here, the products they can see, the leaders they get to meet is amazing. So on Wednesdays and on Fridays, we have K pop-ups where, you can connect in with your other team members, bring your own product and bring your guests. On Thursdays, we have an online Zoom business presentation by myself or a top leader who's presenting the business for you live, right? And then on Sunday is the most important day. That's the training event at 3:30. We'll have a presentation, and then we'll have a mini K pop-up, and then we'll have a training. And on Sundays is when leaders are created. We have a week schedule. And if you just do one thing, get really good at just one thing, at getting good at plugging people into these events, and we build this business from event to event to event. One of my biggest mentors said this: in this business, for you to get a lot of wealth, understand the power of events. Events will do so much more for you than you can do for yourself. I know it's difficult sometimes to get to the office. We have people traveling 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I just spoke to somebody who's come from Canada and has been here for the last week and a half building in the business. He's going to Canada back and he's coming back in again. The people who are willing to put the effort are going to make the biggest checks. Biggest business people in our company, they build a business from event to event to event to event to event. Now, my recorded business presentation is also available. So you don't have to wait till a Thursday evening. You can just get together, have a K pop-up, and play my video, and that's a presentation done. So all of these tools are created for you to literally build a big business. And let me tell you something, if you see what we have done, it's quite spectacular. Let me finish the last part now, and that is the RIMAN system. What's the first step? You become a planner and be your own customer. You pay £1,000, you buy the advanced kit. Now you are your own customer. You can use the products and you can testify how amazing these products are. Second, make a list of every person on that phone who's above the age of 18 in the 10 countries we are in right now, very soon 50 countries. Then invite them. Invitation should be short, 1 minute, very urgent, full of enthusiasm. They need to hear the excitement in your voice, right? Don't get, paranoid about it. They ask questions. It's all about the enthusiasm that you have in your voice. When I call people, say, hey, listen, I'm really excited because I've just met somebody who's launching the #1 K-beauty brand into the United Kingdom. You've got to see this information. It's 30 minutes. It's 1 hour. Hey, the #1 K-beauty brand of South Korea has come into the UK, and I'm holding a free facial K pop-up party. Come and have a go. Now you invite them to the event. At the end of the presentation, we don't sell, we don't convince. We ask them, what do you want to do? Is a follow-up questions. Normally, these are the 3 questions they ask. What did you like the most? Everybody says, man, the products are amazing, because it doesn't something like this doesn't even exist, right? Okay. Now, next, all they say, I like the fact that I can make money and look good at the same time. Second question, do you see an opportunity? Yes. Great. Let's get you started. Go to riman.com, your planner link, they're on the system. Then you get them to the orientation, maybe enroll them, launch them, train them. They now buy their £1,000 advance kit. They make a list, and this is the system. If somebody doesn't want to be a business partner at the follow-up and they don't want to do business, you know what? I don't want to put in £1,000. I don't want to buy the product. I'm not in a situation right now. I don't want to be a business partner, but I like the product. Make them a customer. Get them the £300 kit and get them on an auto ship system. By the way, everybody, planner and customer, everybody goes on auto ship, because you got to be a product of the product if you're serious about building this business. All right. If you have a Mercedes showroom and you're selling Mercedes cars, you cannot drive around in a BMW. Nobody will buy from you. I hope you get that point. And this is the RIMAN system that we follow through and through and through. As I close, and you're listening to this, I just want to open your eyes to what is happening in the world right now. I said having a second source of income is not a luxury, it's a necessity. This is a video that is posted on the Times on just 2 months ago, where the gentleman is asking you a question. What's a comfortable salary in the United Kingdom? And he's laying down facts. This should open your mind to tell you how important it is for you to have a business like RIMAN part-time on the side, giving you an additional source of income. Check this out.
What is a comfortable salary these days? Not yachts, not champagne, just a roof, some warmth, a pub dinner every now and then. Well, according to Loughborough researchers, comfort starts at £28,000 a year. That's just for a single person, mind, so no car, no pets, and definitely not living in London. Just enough for a Tesco stir-fry sauce, 1 Pizza Hut meal a month, and a £2.67 pub budget every week. Try living on less than that and life tightens, and fast. Now add children. The number balloons. A single parent needs £57,000 a year. A couple with 2 kids, £69,400 between them. Most of that vanishes into rent, bills, and childcare. Move to London and the floor rises again. The minimum rent for a single person is £340 a week, meaning that so-called comfortable salary now stands at £47,000, and that's still without a car or a proper holiday. Want a bit more than just scraping by? 2 holidays a year perhaps, a car, proper wine, maybe a Cardo, not Tesco? You're looking at something in the range of £52,000 a year. So here's the rub. To feel middle class, not rich, not flashy, just okay, you need to be a higher rate taxpayer. No wonder even those on £70,000 a year admit to cutting luxuries, cancelling plans, going out less. 1/3 of them say they're not even very comfortable. And yet studies show beyond £50,000 a year, happiness barely rises. From 50 to 80k, the joy curve flattens. So maybe it's not just about salary. It's about security, space, time, knowing you can say yes to life once in a while without having to do the maths. That, in Britain today, is what comfortable really means.
Friends, I hope you understood that. Because why am I doing this? Why are leaders in RIMAN doing this? It's about being comfortable. The only way you can be comfortable is with freedom. What is the freedom you require? Time and money. Some people have money, no time. Some people have time, no money. The funniest people, no time, no money. Most people I meet, no time, no money. I used to be like that. And I looked at myself and says, listen, I don't want to live for another 10 years knowing that when I get to the end of when I get towards, another 10 years, I'm going to get older. And if I get a pension at some point, I'm going to get 40% income as pension. Right? I didn't want to get into that hole because I knew that if I went in that rat race, no matter how high I went up that rat race, I'm still a rat. Because that's why I say JOB, just on broke, just over broke, journey of the broke. Right? Because think about this. A job is a 40-year plan. You work 40 years of your life to actually get 40% income at the end of it as a pension. If you build RIMAN, next 3 years, part-time, not full-time, part-time, where you allocate 10 hours, 20 hours, and you come to the events and trainings and bring people. Imagine after 3 years, you're getting enough residual income. Even if it's just 10,000 a month, how different will your life be? You have a boss who tells you what you got to do in your job. Here you don't have a boss. No security. The biggest illusion in the world is job security. And let me tell you, with the introduction of AI, artificial intelligence, your job is not secure. RIMAN, you know why it's secure? Because even during the pandemic, the skincare industry kept growing. K-beauty RIMAN kept growing. People still want to look good no matter what. And they'll pay money that they don't have just to look good. No residual income in your job because you're one sickness away from being broke. One blood test away from being broke. But here, unlimited residual income. You can build a business that even if you stop, it still pays you. Imagine you're getting paid today for what, imagine you're getting paid in 2030 for what you did in 2025. When you retire, you can't give your job to your family or your kids. Here, when you retire, when you've done, you can give your business to your family or your children so they earn for what you did for the last 10, 15 years. No tax benefits in your job because they cut the tax and then give you salary. Here in RIMAN, you get all the tax benefits of being a self-employed business owner. In your job, you can stop dreaming because if you don't build your dream, somebody else will hire you and build their dream. But in this business in RIMAN, you get to start living your dreams. The last thing I want to show you is this. 99% of the people who come into RIMAN have a mindset called the employee mindset. 99%. And if you have an employee mindset in RIMAN, you are not going to succeed. I guarantee you that. RIMAN is a business opportunity. RIMAN teaches you to become an entrepreneur. So you've got to have an entrepreneurial mindset. A lot of people don't know this. And that is why they fail in RIMAN. They don't go past that £2,000 a month, £3,000 a month, £5,000 a month. What's the difference? So when you come into RIMAN, I want to teach you to come out of an employee mindset to an entrepreneurial mindset. Now you will ask me, Liju, what's the difference? And I'll tell you, I've listed it down, right? Here's the difference. First, the income view. An employee works for a fixed salary or hourly pay. They put an amount of money on your head of how much you're worth. £15 an hour, £20 an hour. Can you imagine getting somebody to put a value on your head? An entrepreneur will build residual income through team and sales. That's what we do in RIMAN. Second, An employee trades time for money. If I work 10 hours, I get paid for 10 hours. In RIMAN, we leverage time through duplication in systems. Imagine you could duplicate yourself and get paid for every single one of them. That is why the first documented billionaire said, John Paul Getty, I would rather get paid 1% on the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. When you listen to successful people, that's the only way you become successful. That's why I don't listen to non-successful people or people who do not have the lifestyle that I want to have. Security. An employee looks for job security from somebody else like an employer. In RIMAN, we build our personal and financial security through ownership. When you come close and when you get to the higher ranks, you work closely to the top leaders in RIMAN. We teach you how to invest your money. Make money from RIMAN, invest it in properties and real estate, and we teach you to do that. You come into our circle. Next, an employee only learns what is required for the job. But in RIMAN, the real leader constantly invests in personal growth and leadership skills. How? By attending the events, by attending these training events, by learning from people who walk before them. And you learn what the leaders are doing and you will pick this up. And when you pick it up, this leadership and this learning is not just good for your RIMAN business, but also in your place of work, in your family, in your children will see you as different because you're now an entrepreneur. An employee avoids risk and prefers to stay in their little comfort zone. Nothing grows in the comfort zone. Entrepreneurs, they embrace calculated risk for long-term gain. No risk, no pain, no gain. It's as simple as that. An employee has got short-term goals based on targets. Hey, I need to complete this go live by December. I need to hit my target by February. But an entrepreneur has got long-term vision. I'm doing this for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and I drive every day with purpose. I don't waste my time. The employee will blame the company, the management, the system. Entrepreneurs take full responsibility for their growth. An employee works because there is somebody to look after them. But entrepreneurs work independently because they're motivated. Here, you don't have a boss. You don't have a boss. Can I tell you something? If I was your boss, and you gave me 40 hours every week for RIMAN, you would be £100,000 a month earner, guaranteed. But in RIMAN, I'm not your boss. You're an entrepreneur, so you work independently. An employee competes with their co-workers. They actually fight with the people next to them. But an entrepreneur helps everybody around them. You see, the more people that you help in this business, the higher you grow. It's beautiful. An employee will give up and complain at every small issue. But an entrepreneur will see, you know what? This is a challenge in my business. It's going to make me stronger. An employee will think about, you know what? I can make, if I do an extra overtime this weekend, I'll make an extra £100. You understand? It's all limited and it's all based on what their employer says. But an entrepreneur understands that, you know what? RIMAN is unlimited income potential. It's based on my effort. If I want to make 10,000 a month, I can. If I want to make 100,000 a month, I can. It depends on what I'm going to do, and it's about being consistent. An employee, this is crazy. I spoke to a person, all right, just 2 days ago, and he said to me, Liju, whatever you tell me to do, I will do, because I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. Right? I want to do this business. I'm sick and tired. Tell me what I need to do. I said, it's very simple. You know what? You get started, buy a £1,000 kit, get your products, and then invite people to the events. He said, no. You know what, Liju? I will buy the £1,000 kit after I make £1,000 from RIMAN. You know what I told him? Don't waste your time, brother. Don't waste your time. You're not going to make anything in the RIMAN. I would rather you not sign up to the business, because the employee mindset is, let me work first and then I make my money. Entrepreneurs put the money down first. They invest time, effort, resources first, then they expect return. If you don't have this mindset, you're not going to succeed. If you're not going to buy a starter kit, you're not going to succeed. If you think everybody else is going to do it, you're not going to be successful, which is why I don't waste people's time. I say it as it is. An employee focuses on the minimal job task. An entrepreneur focuses on how can I build business and assets and help other people. And the final thing is this. An employee thinks all the time, oh, I can't do this, man. That's not my job. But an entrepreneur is, how can I do this? Let's make this happen. I know this has been a long list, but for some of you listening to this, this is what you need to hear. Till you come out of an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset, you are not going to succeed in RIMAN. It's as simple as that. So if you are ready to come to an entrepreneur mindset, if you are ready to be coachable to the system, we will work with you. I will work as hard as you. If you come 50%, I'll come 50%. The leaders that we are, we will work with you if you're willing to work with us. And as simple as that. So we cover the whole basics of the orientation, how we can get started, what you need to do, step by step. Here's the next step. What's the first step? Choose for yourself. Do you just want to be a customer? After listening to all of this, and you're thinking, you know what? This is not for me. No problem. Become a customer, get your kit, use the products, look after your skin, look after your body, because you only have one body. It's the one temple that you've got. Look after your body, look after your thing, and you will thank us for looking so good when people start complimenting you, and then get into a consistent system of auto ship so you keep looking after. Because if you take corners, if you cut corners with the quality of stuff that you put on your body, listen, your skin will show, your skin will tell. It's as simple as that. That's why you need RIMAN. But if you are ready to get started with us and you want to move fast, let's start business, get your 1,000-pound kits. Now you're ready with the products. You're going to be a product of the product. You'll be able to show it. You'll be able to sell it. If you want to go even faster, get that kit of a 1,500 and let's work and let's talk business together. Thank you so much for listening to this orientation training. I've said things to you because I genuinely want you to succeed so that you don't waste your time in RIMAN. This becomes something of use for you and you can change your life so that you can go and create your legacy. What does legacy stand for? Legacy. Let every generation after celebrate you. And that is the reason why we're building this. So thank you, everybody. Let me stop the recording now.